The modern day failure, the most annoying guy in the room, Cringely, and Titus Catering Worldwide, all on the new Get Off My TV design, coming soon to Barber Shop Window.
This video is brought to you by catbeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
On this episode of Off the Script, episode 188, part number 1, to kickstart your No Mercy weekend, September 22nd, 2017! I got news. Actually, I don't got news. Because today, we're going to have a preview and predictions for No Mercy 2017. And we're going to have a That Wrestling Club unboxing right here on the number 1 fucking podcast right here on YouTube.com. This is Off the Script.
JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. Show and Ryback, Strowman and Roman, get off my fucking TV and save me the misery. And all you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. JD. It's time for Off the Script.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel today, Friday, September 22nd, 2017. Off the Script, No Mercy weekend, Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar, and everything else WWE packed into this weekend's podcast. Man, it's going to be a big weekend, and I have a lot to go over today, including a That Wrestling Club unboxing for all of you guys today before the actual podcast begins, and we talk about No Mercy, man. Thank you to everybody this week for tuning in and supporting everything that I've done all week, man. It's been a very, very busy week as far as content on the channel, as far as streaming goes. You guys came out and did the best you could to support, and I appreciate all that you guys do. If you missed my Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live, NXT, Off the Script Extra reviews today and all that stuff, make sure you guys go and check that out live on the channel right now. Raw, SmackDown, NXT reviews. Off the Script, we go over Adam Blampied and Adam Pacitti leaving What Culture Wrestling, and they are going on to do their own thing. I give you guys my thoughts and opinions on that. Off the Script Extra this week if you guys missed that. We also had another Off the Script Extra where we went over and we actually physically did a live reaction to the questionnaire that WWE sent out to all its network subscribers about what they would want to see as far as added content on the WWE Network. We went over all of that in a live reaction video that I think you guys might find very interesting. I give you guys a glimpse into what I'm thinking about the WWE Network. All that stuff is linked in the annotation that you see within this video. Make sure you guys go and check that out. For my video game guys, this week we started a new Let's Play, a new walkthrough. I'm a big fan of The Walking Dead, man. You guys know I love my villains, man. I love Negan. I love the Governor. I was very sad to see the Governor die in The Walking Dead. I am hoping that Negan really is portrayed differently than the governor, and he actually survives. Because I think J.D. Morgan plays a great Negan, and he is the reason why I'm still watching that show right now. Other than that, I really don't really care about anything else that's happening on that show. He is the sole reason I'm watching that show because I love his character so much. I even designed one of the off-the-script t-shirts based on the Negan character. And it's the best-selling t-shirt that is on Barbershop Window as far as off-the-scripts shop goes on that website. But we are playing The Walking Dead, Telltale Games, The Walking Dead. We started Season 1, Episode 1, called A New Day. I'm not talking about Kofi, Big E, and Xavier Woods. I'm talking about The Walking Dead, man. So make sure you guys go and check that out. Demonetization flagged it very, very early, before it even uploaded to YouTube. Demonetization flagged it. I don't think the horror genre on YouTube is in a good place right now. That's what people were telling me. So I'm either going to stream it so I could get it out to you guys quicker, and you guys can see how I'm doing it live on YouTube. I might move it to Twitch. I really don't know what I'm doing, but as far as the reaction to episode 1 goes, normally when I upload episode 1 of anything, it does incredibly well. So you guys came out almost 2 hours long. In fact, it was actually over 2 hours long. You guys came out and you love the series, you love my reactions, you love my walkthroughs. I wish I could do it more. I wish I had the patience to do more, or the time to do more. It's very difficult gaming and then taking care of a wrestling business at home. So, you guys enjoyed that. We'll figure it out. But episode 2 is definitely coming. Season 1 will be completed, I promise you. And I hope you guys enjoy what's to come with The Walking Dead. I want to make a mention of something, man. Like I just said just a couple of minutes ago. We talked about this survey. We talked about this survey on WWE's, subscriber list for the network. They sent out this questionnaire. Now, WWE sent out this questionnaire, and they are considering and asking if you'd be interested in seeing a TV-14 edgy ECW product. They asked the fans if they want Global Force Wrestling Impact, TNA content, Ring of Honor content on the network. And we answered that the best that we could on Thursday's video. That was yesterday. Some of you in the comments section went a little too far as to criticize me and curse at me and say that I'm a fucking idiot because of the fact that I said that WWE doesn't need a TV-14 product to be successful. I honestly don't understand. You know, this is why I get so much hate on YouTube. People making exposing videos about me, people telling me I don't understand what I'm talking about. You gotta understand, when it comes to what I do here, I don't care what you say. I don't. This is my show. You want your own show, and you want to get your own opinions out, you go buy a camera and a nice little microphone over here, and you go do what you gotta do. And take to the interwebs and upload to YouTube or VidMe or Facebook or Twitter or wherever you guys want to go out of. But the fact that I got people week in and week out telling me that I don't know what I'm doing, or I don't know what I'm talking about, or how could you say this about Enzo Amore, or how could you put Bailey on a t-shirt? What's your problem with Jinder Mahal? If you talk about Jinder Mahal again, I'm going to flag your channel down. This is the shit that I get every single day. Every single day. How could you say anything bad about Roman Reigns? What can Roman Reigns do to make you happy? He can't make anybody happy. I'm tired of hearing it. Everybody that I hear talk about wrestling, you make me feel like an idiot. There's a reason why people watch this show. There's a reason why people watch my Raw reviews and my SmackDown reviews and my NXT reviews. There's a reason why the numbers are better than most of the bigger channels. 3 times my size. There's a reason. I don't sugarcoat anything. People want the truth. In a world that is concealed by lies and bullshit, people want truth. You understand that? When I say Bayley sucks, I speak for the majority of the people. When I say Jinder sucks, I speak for the majority of the people. When I say Enzo is not over, he's not over. I know what I'm listening to. My hearing is top notch. When Enzo comes out and gets destroyed by Braun Strowman and people in San Jose start chanting, "Thank you, Strowman," Enzo is not over. Roman Reigns is not the most over man on the WWE roster. He's not. That goes to Daniel Bryan. Nobody can fight me on that. Nobody. And if you're talking about active in-ring performers, the most over man on the WWE roster is AJ Styles. Okay? So, all these people that want to come on here and criticize me for talking about certain things and the fact that you don't agree with it, I don't care. I don't care. Nobody cares about Shinsuke Nakamura, right? Nobody cares about Shinsuke Nakamura? That's why you got 20,000 people at a takeover show or a major pay-per-view singing along to his theme song, humming a grown man's wrestling theme song. Right? Bobby Roode. That's why people, every time he comes out, people singing along to his theme song. These guys are the indie smarks fan favorites, right? But people that make fun of me and put me down, they're the ones who support the Baileys and the Roman Reigns and all these guys who we're completely sick of. Jinder Mahal. People criticize me about Finn Balor and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's not a good wrestler. How could you be that stupid? Now, granted, Sami Zayn's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. But Sami Zayn is not a good wrestler? I mean, where were you when he fought Kevin Owens in some of those matches last year on pay-per-view? Could you look me in the face and tell me that Sami Zayn didn't deliver good matches against Kevin Owens? You mean to tell me you watched those matches and you could look me directly in the eyes and say, yeah, Sami Zayn sucks. That match was terrible. You could look me in the face and watch TakeOver in Dallas when Nakamura made his debut for WWE. You can tell me and look me directly in the eye that match with Sami Zayn was terrible. Sami Zayn's a bad wrestler though, right? You can't. You're just fooling yourself. You're making yourself look like a complete buffoon. So those people who say Sami Zayn sucks, and those people who say Finn Balor sucks, you're the problem with the WWE product. Because you can't let go of the fact that WWE is messing up. WWE doesn't know what they're doing, so they have to rely on outside talent. You know, you're the hypocritical ones. You're trying to fit into a certain criteria to look cool. People think I do this to look cool. I rant to look cool. I get angry and I go off to look cool. I do this and I say this and I get angry and I yell and I bitch and I complain to feed the people that watch me. No. No, you don't watch me if you think that about me. You don't. Watch my NXT reviews. Do I yell? Do I rant? Do I bitch? Do I moan? Do I complain? No. Why? Because it's good wrestling. It's a good show. I don't want to come on here Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and bitch and complain about WWE. I don't. I want there to be a wrestling world and a wrestling community of peace. I want to like what they're doing. But what they're doing now is garbage. The product is terrible. There are WWE superstars that are being buried left and right due to uncreative WWE writers. But you're the ones to tell me that, oh, Finn Balor sucks. How does Finn Balor suck when he's a product of bad writing? How does Sami Zayn suck when he's a product of bad writing? How many of you watched me week in and week out and heard me say that I don't hate Roman Reigns. It's the fact that he's a product of bad writing. So the people that want to openly criticize me and expose me and dissect everything that I say, you don't watch me. You don't watch me. But I will always be here to cut everybody down. Had some goon try and expose me this weekend, telling me Jason Jordan is worthy of a WWE Intercontinental Championship title match against The Miz. Had some goon cut me down or try to expose me this week, saying that The Miz and Jason Jordan and that feud was going on for months. Months? This same goon told me and everybody else that was listening to him, unfortunately, that WWE, with life after Brock Lesnar, should be building up should be building up the likes of Finn Balor. Now, what this idiot failed to clip in his video was the fact that I said WWE needs to build or really set themselves up for life after No Mercy with Brock Lesnar, the Universal Champion. Because your main championship is off television for 4 months. That's not really an ideal business, motto or mentality that WWE is going to be successful with. You need something for everybody else to fight for. If Brock Lesnar is taken off television for 4 months, what is everybody else going to fight over? So I said, and I've been stating, that the Intercontinental Championship should be on a babyface main event talent. Jeff Hardy, Finn Balor. And that would open up feuds for Monday Night Raw to lead them into 2018 when we will see Brock Lesnar resurface. That's what I said. The Miz as Intercontinental Champion is not something that I want to see main event Monday Night Raw with. Anybody that wants to see The Miz main event Monday Night Raw with the Intercontinental Championship every week, you got a few screws loose. The Miz is not a main event talent at this point in his career. He's not. The level that The Miz is at right now is the furthest he's going to go. The Miz is a main event microphone talent. The Miz is a main event promo. The Miz is not a main event WWE superstar. He's not going to be the one to be called upon to main event pay-per-views, or WrestleManias, or SummerSlams, or shows when Brock Lesnar is not there. So for those people to tell me that The Miz is more of a main event talent than Finn Balor, you got a few screws loose up here. Finn Balor is a main event talent. Finn Balor should be the one, or Jeff Hardy should be the one, no matter their age. Jason Jordan is an uncharismatic product of bad storytelling for WWE. This storyline is absolutely beyond god-awful. Yet I'm supposed to give Jason Jordan a WWE Intercontinental Championship title match with The Miz? They derailed that feud for 3 weeks so that he can fight John Cena and Roman Reigns in one-off matches. Jeff Hardy won a battle royal to fight The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship, pretty much eliminating Jason Jordan from conversation for about 3 weeks. Now you want to revisit it, and you want to force it down our throats when the crowd clearly doesn't give one single fuck about Jason Jordan. Yeah, but the storyline's been going on for months now, right? What months? Maybe in your dreams, but not on WWE television, not on Monday Night Raw. These are the people that lack logic. These are the people that lack brain cells. These are the people that attack me. They don't know what they're watching. They don't know what they want out of the WWE. I do. People watching me know what they want out of the WWE. So when I hear people like that, and I hear people wrongfully dissecting my videos, but leaving out all the key points to make me look bad, when in fact I'm right, just to make themselves look right, I laugh. I know what I said. I know what I say week in and week out. I don't need some loser with a 360p webcam and a microphone that sounds like it was put together with plastic cups and duct tape coming at me. There's a reason why they don't watch you, and there's a reason why they watch me. It's because I'm the one standing up on stage with Solomonsters and Labars and Steven Larsons and Wrestling with Regrets and Adam Blampier. There's a reason why I'm on stage with those guys. And it's going to continue year after year after year. There's a reason why I am a play-by-play commentator with Matthew Ryan Shapiro for House of Glory. There's a reason why they put me in that position. Okay? So where are you? Where's everybody else that wants to come and expose me? You know? If I showed you the earnings for my Monday Night Raw review video, I'd laugh. You'd laugh. And you'd hang your head in shame. Because I'm doing what I love to do, and I'm getting paid for it, yet speaking the truth to everybody. And I know my word is truth. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not right all the time, but I know what I'm talking about. You do it for a hobby. And it shows. And you sound like an idiot while doing it. With no credibility to back you up. So quite frankly, I don't care. Now the people that come at me saying WWE needs TV 14, I benched everybody. Because they came at me and attacked me as if I said something against their mothers. WWE doesn't need TV 14, you inept retards. Okay? You're going to continue to watch me, and you're going to continue to hang on every word that comes out of my mouth. WWE doesn't need TV 14. You think WWE needs an ECW style show on Monday Night Raw? Do we need blood? Do we need violence? Do we need tables? Do we need baseball bats? We need all-out carnage to increase ratings for Monday Night Raw? Are you this stupid? Are you this stupid? I am really, really shocked that people are this stupid. I'm going to blow everybody away. I'm going to blow your minds with something so simplistic that people didn't use their brains before they typed. The keyboard warriors attacking me, cursing me out, as if I slept with their sister last night behind their back without their permission. I'm going to throw some at you, and you're going to be like, wow, JD was right again. JD was right again. WWE doesn't need TV 14. They will never go back to TV 14. Blood is not needed on WWE television. Do you want to know why blood is not needed? Because if you overdo it, it gets formulaic, just like everything else WWE does. The more you don't expect something, and it happens, the better you will feel in the end. When you seen Vince McMahon bleed on SmackDown Live, did you say, oh, well, there he is, another guy busted open? Or were you genuinely shocked to see blood on SmackDown Live? I'm even going to go back to Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 31 because I see that, and that's the one thing that sticks out to me. WWE with the gloves and the referee having the towel and all these precautions about blood, right? You can even go back to Samoa Joe and Finn Balor at NXT TakeOver London when that match was stopped 3 times because Samoa Joe got busted open under the eye. That match was stopped 3 times because of Samoa Joe's profuse bleeding. Did it ruin the match? Of course it didn't ruin the match. You were shocked to see blood. And more blood, and more blood. Because you're not accustomed to seeing it all the time now. You feel good when you see it. You're like, oh shit, blood. When Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar had their match at WrestleMania 31, and Brock Lesnar was busted open, what did it do for you as a wrestling fan? It gave me that holy shit moment. I don't think Brock Lesnar's going to come out on top here because he's busted open. Bad. It added an element to the match that made you believe that he could lose. Because you didn't see it. And you haven't seen it. And you don't see it that often. When you seen Vince McMahon bleed on SmackDown Live, it was like, oh shit, the chairman's bleeding. Blood is not needed every week on WWE television. You use it and you apply it when necessary. If it happens on accident, fine. But if you want an added element to enhance a match, that red color does wonders. And in every instance I just mentioned, it did exactly that. We don't need ECW. We don't need a show like ECW. We don't need Edgy. We don't. Do you want to know why we don't need TV 14? Just look at NXT, you retards. Is NXT edgy? In some sense it is. It's more edgy than Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live. But I wouldn't call it edgy. What makes NXT stand out more so than Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live? Good storytelling. You don't need TV 14 to succeed on the main roster. Is NXT TV 14? Of course it's not. But what does NXT have? It's got creative writers who have brains, who care about their talent, who will do anything to get those talents over and utilize certain aspects of those talents to make them better every single time they go in the ring. Monday Night Raw, they look at somebody and deem them unworthy. They look at them and say, we don't have any use for you. There's no TV time. 3 hours of television time. There's not one segment you could fit a Luke Harper in. There's not one segment you could fit a Sami Zayn in. Why was Sami Zayn so successful in NXT, but he's shit on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live? Creative writing. Why is Finn Balor a waste on Monday Night Raw? Creative writing. Why is Luke Harper a waste on SmackDown Live? Creative writing. Why is Bray Wyatt an embarrassment for 4 years? Creative writing. Why does Rusev suck on Raw and SmackDown? Creative writing. If NXT can do it, there's no reason why Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live can do it. You don't work for WWE. Neither do I. But I see the difference. I see what needs to be done to make the main roster better than it is now. TV 14 is not the answer. NXT is not TV 14, but every single week, there's not one negative thing, unless you're an idiot, there's not one negative thing about NXT that is said at all. Why is that? Because the storytelling is captivating. The storytelling is a continuation week after week after week. They are presenting characters that we want to see. They are protecting characters that need to be protected without overexposing them every single week. Championships mean something. Title reigns are a thing in NXT. Their championships feel like championships. The people respect the talent. The writers respect the talent. And they have a mind for wrestling storytelling. We don't need TV 14. You need TV 14 because you miss a certain era that isn't coming back anymore. TV 14 is dead. In 2017, where YouTube is flagging videos because of inappropriate, questionable words in the title, you think WWE is going to bring back TV 14 to main roster television on the USA Network? Where people get bent out of shape about every little thing. Where people walking on eggshells and can't openly express themselves anymore. You want WWE to go back to TV 14? If NXT is not TV 14, but they're booking a wrestling show that needs to be booked the way it should be booked, why aren't you looking to NXT for the answers? You're reaching for straws by asking for TV 14. You want something to come back because you are an unintelligent retard. WWE's doing it right with NXT. That's the answer. The answer is right in front of you. Every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. on the WWE Network. There's a reason why NXT is the best show that WWE produces. And it's because of good storytelling. If we had good storytelling on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live, we wouldn't need TV 14, or we wouldn't need these goons to come out and say TV 14 is needed. It's not. All I want is good storytelling. All I want is characters that are nurtured and cared for and presented in a way where I don't get bored of them after 3 weeks. I don't want to see talent wasted. NXT is the answer. Open your eyes. That's all I got to say about that. I wanted to get that off my chest because I'm sick and tired of everybody just acting like an idiot when the answer is right in front of them. But that's what I'm here for. You don't know what you're talking about, I'm the one here to correct you. Now, I'm not always right, but at least if I instituted a little common sense in you this week, then my job is done. To open up this box, man, I want to thank everybody over at That Wrestling Club for sending me this nice little box that I had waiting for me on my front doorstep. ThatWrestlingClub.com. Go visit them on Twitter. That Wrestling Club on Twitter. And if you guys like what you see in here, I got codes to save you some money, man. JD from NY at checkout for 10% off your first subscription, man. That's all you got to do. Go to thatwrestlingclub.com. Check out what they got. They got different subscription tiers. And apply that coupon code at the end of your checkout, man. You're going to save some 10% off. And that is only good for people listening here on Off the Script. So let's see what's in this, man. I don't know what is in here. I literally got it just today before I hit record. So let's see what's in here, man. Man, I see a lot of Marty Scurll stuff around. And I've been wearing my villain t-shirts, man, because I myself am a villain. And this is another one. Let me turn on my screen here so that you guys can see it. Yeah. Look at that. If you want to be extraordinary, you have to do extraordinary things. The villain, Marty Scurll. And that is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful t-shirt, man. Only in thatwrestlingclub.com. Look at this, man. The Young Bucks. The Young Bucks 2 Sweet Journey. 2-disc set for the Young Bucks. Follows their career. DVD extras with Kevin Steen, Colt Cabana, Dave Meltzer, Booker T, Excalibur, and many more. Director comments. Bonus match. The Young Bucks versus Teddy Hart and Jack Evans from 2009. Young Bucks. If you're a fan of the Young Bucks, there you go, man. That's the type of stuff you're going to get in thatwrestlingclub.com. NWO socks. Maybe I'll wear these to House of Glory. Look at this, man. NWO socks. Don't know what I'm going to do with these, but they're thick. And they feel like they would keep me very warm in the wintertime, man. Because you guys know how it gets in New York City. What is this? Kayfabe news. It's not fake news. It's predetermined. Look at that. Wrestling referee fails to catch his wife cheating. Kayfabe news. Another pin. I got so many pins, I don't know what to do with them, bro. What do we got here, man? What do we got here? What do we got here? Extra cooler. Picture of Jake the Snake Roberts. There you go. Nice little detailed cartoon figure of Jake the Snake Roberts. What is this, a sticker? This is probably a sticker. The Elite. We rule the world. Yeah, so does Off the Script. What do we got here, man? Looks like a mini flyer of sorts. Let's see what's in here. Wrestling jokes by Dad. Which WWE Hall of Famer grinds his teeth while he sleeps? It's not a WWE Hall of Famer, God forbid. Kevin Nash. Why do smokers love Dolph Ziggler? Because he's always carrying matches. Why did the Puerto Rican wrestler have healthy bowel movements? Because he has a primo cologne. Oh my God. Oh my God. Why does the Big Show get dizzy? Because he never stops turning. One more here, because these are really cheesy. How many WWE wrestlers does it take to screw in a light bulb? None. Light bulb, screwed light bulb. Oh my God, it sounds like Tommy NC. Bad comedy, bro. Bad comedy. And finally, we got an autographed photo here. That Wrestling Club has some of the best autographs in any subscription service, period, when it comes to pro wrestling, man. And this is another one. I love it. I love it. I love it. Jim Ross. Look at that, man. completely 100% authentic, completely 100% real. There's no fakes in here, bro. And this is beautiful, man. That is a beautiful picture of Jim Ross, hand autographed by the man himself. ThatWrestlingClub.com. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you did, go to ThatWrestlingClub.com, subscribe, JD from NY, 10% off at checkout, and visit them on Twitter and tell them that JD sent you from here on Off the Script, man. Hashtag Off the Script. I'm going to clean up this mess. We're going to get right into the news and rumors this Friday. We're going to talk about No Mercy, preview and predictions for this Sunday's pay-per-view right here on Off the Script. But before I do that, a word from the General, Matt Hardy, right here on Off the Script.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Broken Matt Hardy. This is JD from New York. Actually, delete to JD from New York. I have cleaned this vessel. Make sure to check out his wonderful show, Off the Script. It's absolutely delightful.
For those people that have been watching the show or listening to the podcast, wherever you might be listening to me, you all know my love-hate relationship with Monday Night Raw. Now, if you have eyes that see clearly, if you have ears that aren't filled with wax, and you have a brain that is working properly up here, you will know, or at least have seen, Monday Night Raw go through a terrible stretch following WrestleMania 33. They have put on some of the worst television I think I have ever seen in the history of Monday Night Raw. Same could be said for SmackDown Live. But I am no dummy. I try to be critical, but I also try my very best to see the good in certain things. Now, Monday Night Raw isn't breaking any new ground with what they're doing on Monday nights. 3 hours is still overly too long for any wrestling show. Just like how a WrestleMania is overwhelmingly long at 7 hours, and a SummerSlam is overwhelmingly long at 4.5 hours. It's not what we want. Quality over quantity is where it's at. 3 hours on a Monday night is very difficult for anybody to sit through, whether it's good or bad. Now, normally when it's good, it's a lot easier to get through because it's good television. We're interested, we're excited, we're genuinely enjoying what WWE is producing for us. But they haven't broken any ground. They haven't really, gone outside the box and done anything differently. They're doing small things that I really appreciate. They're continuing storylines. They're picking up something that happened last week, and they're continuing it into the next week. For example, the one thing that rings fresh in my head. It's just very basic. It's very simple. It's how I booked the show if I was in charge. Jason Jordan and John Cena. Very good match between Jason Jordan and John Cena. Roman Reigns comes out and states to John Cena, well, if you're so good at what you do, and you're a 16-time world champion, why did it take you almost 20 minutes to beat a rookie? So WWE has Roman Reigns come out and verbally say that to John Cena. The next week, they have Roman Reigns eat his words, and they put him to the test against Jason Jordan. Now, that's what I'd do. That was a simple storyline. Or the storyline with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, when everybody was excited to see them band together. The intrigue, the trust factor there. Can Ambrose trust Rollins after Rollins betrayed his brothers in the Shield? Everybody wants it. The tease, the fist pump, right? Everybody wanted to see it. But WWE strung us along and teased it, and they had the bickering back and forth between Rollins and Ambrose, and when that moment happened, after a few weeks of storyline, and a few weeks of build, and a few weeks of dialogue, and a few matches with Sheamus and Cesaro, and a few beatdowns here and there, when we seen that moment in the ring with Ambrose and Rollins, the crowd erupted. It was a feel-good moment. That was good storytelling. WWE doesn't do that often, but when I do see it, I do appreciate it. Now, that hasn't been happening all year on Monday Night Raw. I would say out of 100%, 15% of the show has actually made some sort of sense. Other than that, the 85% that's missing has been trash. Because Monday Night Raw is in a dismal state. You need to freshen up the shows. You start with Monday Night Raw. It's just so formulaic. And if anybody is sitting at home enjoying Monday Night Raw, you are a simpleton. Seriously. There's nothing about that show that says, hey, watch me. If Braun Strowman's on the show, if Samoa Joe's not on the show, if Brock Lesnar's not on the show, who cares? Who cares? There's nobody else now at this point. I'm talking about today. As of September 22, there's nobody on this show outside of a Reigns, Cena, Lesnar, Strowman that I genuinely care about. I've even lost interest in Rollins and Ambrose following SummerSlam. When they won the titles, it was like, okay, WWE says, that's it. We did what we had to do. We gave these guys compelling storylines for you to care about, and now we don't know what the hell we're doing. Where are they going from here? What is the next layer in this storyline? When is the eventual turn going to happen? That's when my ears will perk up, when Ambrose is ready to turn on Seth Rollins, just like Rollins turned on Ambrose 3 years ago. So right now there's a lot of middle of the road, I don't know where I'm going, we could do this, but I don't know type things going on Monday Night Raw now. But outside of the two big main events, which again is WrestleMania-esque, WrestleMania-worthy for a September pay-per-view, which again to me is mind-boggling how they booked this show, how they booked the top of this card better than WrestleMania. It is still just bizarre to me. You know? But outside of those two big matches, there's nothing on this show that is going to get you remotely interested in anything Monday Night Raw. It is very difficult to find any sort of care for anything on No Mercy's card outside of the two big main events that they got planned for this show. They put a lot of resources into both of these matches. Everything else was given the scraps at the dinner table. And that's the God-honest truth about No Mercy. But we're going to go over the No Mercy card. We're going to go over how I feel about each individual storyline, just like we usually do on a Friday before a pay-per-view. I want to start with the Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman match. Being that this one is, again, one of those things that WWE is going to have a very difficult time booking. They got to put their collective heads together in this situation. Rumor has it that Brock Lesnar is going away. Brock Lesnar is the Universal Champion. Now, my first thought as a wrestling mind, I wish I was a creative writer. I'd teach these guys a lesson or four. First thing that comes to mind is what you do with the Universal Championship. WWE could easily pull the trigger and make Braun Strowman a made man. He's a made man now. There's an MVP in WWE for 2017. You know, people are going to look at the AJ Styles, or they're going to look at the Bobby Roodes, or the Nakamura's, or guys like that. I'm looking at Braun Strowman. I think Braun Strowman has presented in every aspect. He has created a must-see environment for Monday Night Raw, or wherever he goes, for any show that he's on. He's created that must-see environment. And the fact that he's gotten so much better, if you compare him from now to when we seen him in January, I mean, the guy is leaps and bounds better than what we've come to know about Braun Strowman. If WWE wanted to push Braun Strowman to the moon on Sunday night, they very well could. He's a made man right now, but a win over Brock Lesnar will solidify him as a legit monster among men. WWE could easily do that. And with that comes along, the Universal Championship gets to stay on Monday Night Raw. The Universal Championship not only gets to be on Monday Night Raw, but it's in the hands, in the grasp of someone who can be just as legit, if not more legit, than Brock Lesnar on WWE television. That's what they have to book here. That's how they have to focus on No Mercy's main event. Do you want the Universal Championship on Monday Night Raw for the next 4 months going into the Royal Rumble? Now, I don't know how they feel about that. I don't see the value on having Brock Lesnar retain the WWE Championship. Because if Brock Lesnar is off television, WWE right now hasn't set themselves up to have anything else on that show, be the one thing that these guys are fighting for. The IC title is worthless in its current state. Around the Miz's shoulder, it's worthless. He hasn't delivered any matches outside of the Jeff Hardy match that I seen that could be like, well, the Miz is a good champion. You know? The IC title is the IC title. The Miz is the Miz. The Miz really hasn't done anything to bring value to the Intercontinental Championship, and that's a product. He's a product of bad WWE booking. WWE has neglected not only The Miz, but they've neglected the Intercontinental Championship. I'm not going to pin that on The Miz, because when The Miz and the IC title were being booked the right way, it was the best thing on WWE television, a.k.a. his feud with Dolph Ziggler on SmackDown Live last year. That's when the Intercontinental Championship, and that's when The Miz cohesively meant something. Now, they're as far apart as humanly possible. That's not his fault. That's WWE Creative. That's Monday Night Raw's fault. But if that is the case, and you see that, and that is a glaring issue, and a lot of people feel the same way, no matter how good his mic work has been, he hasn't been the champion that we expect him to be. He may talk a good game, but is he being set up to be that guy for life after Brock Lesnar for the next 4 months? No, he hasn't. WWE should have been in the process of getting the title off The Miz and putting it on somebody who that they can put into the main event while Brock Lesnar is not there. And they got several names that can do so. But they have not done that yet. They have been lazy. They have not gotten to that point yet. And I don't know if they're ever going to get to that point. So having Brock Lesnar retain the title right now, to me, at this point, doesn't make any sense. Because they haven't set themselves up for Monday Night Raw to be that show where guys are going to be fighting over a championship. If there's no championship for these guys to fight over, then what is the point of being on a show? What is the point of even having a wrestling show? What are they fighting for? Why are they even there? So Brock Lesnar winning this match, to me, makes no sense. The only thing that I could see coming out of Brock Lesnar winning, and this is a foregone conclusion, if this happens on Sunday night, then we know what the WrestleMania 34 main event is going to be. Nauseating. If Brock Lesnar beats Braun Strowman and goes into the Royal Rumble with the WWE Championship, there's no doubt in my mind that Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar are headed for a showdown at WrestleMania 34. So the only thing that comes out of this main event if Brock Lesnar wins is a predictable and formulaic WrestleMania 34 main event. And who wants that? Only an idiot would want that. I don't want to see that match. There's a difference between the first match that they had at WrestleMania 31 and the match that is going to happen at WrestleMania 34. The match at 31 felt fresh. This is nothing but regurgitated, forced garbage down our throats. That's all I see coming out of that match. So I don't see any reason why Brock Lesnar needs to retain this title here. Get the championship on Braun Strowman. Get the championship on Monday Night Raw. That's what I say you do. Now, what if it doesn't happen? Well, if Brock Lesnar wins, then Braun Strowman is going to have to be made to look like a beast here. He's going to have to bring Brock Lesnar to an inch of defeat, but Brock Lesnar is going to come out on top. Got to muster all that strength, that last little bit of adrenaline to get that F5 on Braun Strowman for the 1-2-3. Now, if Braun Strowman loses, is he, I don't want to use the word buried, but is he going to take a hit as far as his momentum? No. Because why would losing to Brock Lesnar do anything to derail your momentum? It's Brock Lesnar. Everybody loses to Brock Lesnar. There's no shame. There's nothing in hanging your head in shame over losing to Brock Lesnar. Everybody loses to Brock Lesnar. But WWE has to be very careful here. Because Braun Strowman, talked a big game. Braun Strowman has destroyed Big Show. Braun Strowman has destroyed Brock Lesnar on Monday Night Raw with power slams and choke slams and just being forceful with him, having his way with Brock Lesnar. You got to make him look strong. So what WWE is going to do on Sunday night is they're going to have Brock Lesnar win. Because based on what we've seen on WWE television, Brock Lesnar has been the product of destruction from Braun Strowman. There's no way that he's going to continue to receive beatdown after beatdown after beatdown from Braun Strowman and not win on Sunday night. You know, Lesnar really hasn't laid a hand on Braun Strowman during this entire build. There's no reason for us to believe that Brock Lesnar is going to lose this match. Brock Lesnar is going to win this match, and I'm afraid he's going to be off TV for the next 4 months. Now, that is just a rumor. Survivor Series is going to be a big deal. WWE is going to do their best to make it a big deal. For some reason, I can't see WWE booking Survivor Series without Brock Lesnar and without the Universal Championship. So we might see him Unless things change, unless a statement is made about him being there, I'm going under the assumption that he's not going to be on TV for the rest of the year. Because there's really nothing else for him to do. Now, that's my prediction. I'm going with Brock Lesnar. But there's other variables here that we have to take into consideration. If Braun Strowman doesn't win the Universal Championship, where does he go from here? There's literally nothing else for him to do on Monday Night Raw. Roman Reigns? He already had his way with Roman Reigns. There's no sense of putting him in another Roman Reigns match. Samoa Joe? Maybe. But Samoa Joe is hurt. He's going to be out for the next month. What is Braun Strowman going to do if he loses to Brock Lesnar? This is where a shakeup comes into play. I would have Braun Strowman move over to SmackDown Live. I would give him a new scenery. I'd give him new opponents. Because there's literally nothing else for him to do on Monday Night Raw. Now, if Braun Strowman wins the title, and WWE wants to put the title on Braun Strowman and keep the title on Monday Night Raw, or the Universal Championship, if they want to have him win the Universal Championship and have it be on Monday Night Raw, but their end goal is still Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 34, WWE can put the title on Braun Strowman. I keep saying the WWE title, the Universal title. WWE can put the Universal title on Braun Strowman. They could book the rematch at the Royal Rumble. Because if we're all excited about seeing this match here, WWE could easily book the rematch at the Royal Rumble. Lesnar comes back, wants his title, he wants his revenge, he wants to avenge his loss. Braun Strowman could drop the title back to Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar could be the new Universal Champion again at the Royal Rumble in January and then hold the title to WrestleMania. And if that's what they want to do, he can drop it to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Fine. There are ways around this. But the thing that people need to understand is the Universal Championship shouldn't be kept off TV for 4 months. It shouldn't be. Because WWE hasn't built themselves or prepared themselves for life after No Mercy with Brock Lesnar being gone for 4 months. The Miz is not your answer. The Miz is not the caliber of talent to lead Monday Night Raw. He's not. No matter how much you want to believe that he is, or no matter how much you want to look in the mirror and convince yourself that he is, he's not. That's where I'm looking to a Finn Balor. That's where I'm looking to a Jeff Hardy. That's where I'm looking to a Roman Reigns being an Intercontinental Champion. Somebody to lead that show at the top of the card, if the Universal Championship is going to be off. Somebody that big. Somebody with that type of star power needs to be put in that position. WWE hasn't done that. So I don't know where their minds are right now. I'm going with Brock Lesnar, just based off what we've seen on WWE television. But if Braun Strowman wins the title, WWE has ways to get the title back on Lesnar and get that match that they want out of him and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. If he retains the title, does Lesnar, I feel like it's going to be more damaging to WWE than people are really letting on. So you got to be careful about how you book this. Also, like I said, if Braun Strowman doesn't win, what else is there for him to do? This was the culmination of everything you built up with Braun Strowman. You know? He's gone through the ambulance. He survived that ambulance crash. He defeated Roman Reigns. He destroyed Roman Reigns. Etc., etc., etc. He beat the Big Show, retired the Big Show, put him through the steel cage. He beat John Cena. He manhandled Brock Lesnar. What is the end result here for Braun Strowman if he doesn't win the title? What is he going to do? There's nothing else for him to do. So WWE is in a very sticky situation here. Very, very sticky situation. And I don't know how they're going to get out of it. But I'm going with Brock Lesnar simply because I just don't see the WWE taking the Universal Championship off of Brock Lesnar. And they got Lesnar Reigns in their mind. I don't think they're going to stray from that. But you got to be careful. There's much more damaging. There's so much damage that you could do here with Lesnar winning the title or retaining the title at No Mercy than Braun Strowman winning the title. Got to be careful. Either way, Braun Strowman's got to look strong coming out of this. I'm going with Lesnar. Lesnar's going to retain the Universal Championship. John Cena and Roman Reigns. John Cena and Roman Reigns. Another WrestleMania-worthy match taking place at a B-level pay-per-view. John Cena was moved to Monday Night Raw because they, WWE, want to get the most out of John Cena because he's going away. He's going to Hollywood. He's going to film Transformers, Bumblebee, spinoff. He's going to have other projects outside of WWE that's going to keep his time and John Cena occupied. Okay? They moved him to Monday Night Raw because they want to get everything out of John Cena now because they don't know If this Hollywood thing is going to really take time away from WWE, the more that he gets involved, the bigger roles that he's getting, the more roles are going to come, and that means more time away from WWE. So they're going to get everything out of John Cena now while they have him, and his schedule isn't completely booked. That's why we see Roman Reigns and John Cena at No Mercy. This is why we got John Cena and Braun Strowman. That's why we were going to get John Cena and Samoa Joe on Monday Night Raw before Samoa Joe was injured and going to be out 6 weeks. This is something that has been talked about and teased all year. It's finally happening at No Mercy. Why isn't it happening at WrestleMania? I don't know. Probably for the reasons that I just gave you. John Cena is and will be, until he goes away and never to return, John Cena will always be, as long as his name is listed as an active performer, John Cena will always be the number one man in the WWE. Simple as that. Roman Reigns is not the guy. Roman Reigns is not the guy yet. Roman Reigns should never be the guy. He just doesn't have it. And if you don't want to hear that, if you don't like the words that are coming out of my mouth, I don't care. I don't care. There was a man in WWE who was the only one worthy enough to take WWE's number one spot away from John Cena. His name is Daniel Bryan. And if you don't believe that, I don't care. Okay? Daniel Bryan, and we discussed this on Out of Nowhere on Joe Cronin Show's channel, on Twitch. Out of Nowhere came back on Wednesday. We discussed this. And a lot of people are afraid to admit this, but there's also a lot of people who are in agreement with this statement and when I say this. Roman Reigns is put in a position because WWE wants him there. That's the only reason why Roman Reigns is there. Roman Reigns wasn't going to be there because Daniel Bryan was the number one man. When he won the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 30, WWE had a WWE champion that they did not want in that position. He was in that position because the fans wanted him there. And the WWE, no way, humanly possible, could they have avoided the fans' outcry for Daniel Bryan. So they had to put him in that position, and they had to give him that WrestleMania rub at WrestleMania 30. Now, Daniel Bryan got injured. Daniel Bryan had his father pass away. He had to relinquish the title. All this stuff just added up and added up and added up, and Daniel Bryan relinquished the WWE Championship. Soon after that, Daniel Bryan was injured. He had multiple concussions. He came out on ESPN saying that he had seizures and this and that, and WWE forced him to retire. Blah, 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 blah. Now, as of this week, Daniel Bryan has been helping Brie Bella, his wife, train for a WWE return. So much that he's taking drop kicks off the second turnbuckle and landing on a mat. Now, if a guy's got a concussion and a guy's having seizures, why is he taking bumps in a ring to train his wife for a WWE comeback? I don't know. We discussed this on Out of Nowhere. Joe and I didn't know. We don't know. Why did Brie Bella come out and say that Daniel Bryan will never wrestle again? Years ago, she came out and says, Daniel Bryan needs to find life after WWE. He needs to find a new job. He needs to find a new hobby. He needs to give up on coming back. Now, all of a sudden, you start seeing Daniel Bryan come out training Brie Bella. The footage is not allowed to be shown on WWE television. Brie Bella is saying now openly that Daniel Bryan is thinking about getting back into wrestling. Daniel Bryan stating that Daniel Bryan is going to get back into wrestling. Bryan himself has tweeted Cody, Matt and Nick Jackson, says that he would love to tap out to all of the Bullet Club. Daniel Bryan has made it known that he wants to wrestle. Daniel Bryan has stated on multiple interviews that he was cleared by 3 professional concussion doctors who work for the NFL. WWE put him on ESPN in some political fucking agenda to have him come out and say that he's having seizures and he's having these tests done, that they're wielding different results than what originally was discussed, and all this other nonsense. So why is Daniel Bryan off television if he's cleared by 3 doctors? Is he really as badly injured as everybody is making out to believe? Or is Daniel Bryan good to go? Is Daniel Bryan going to be back in wrestling? Yes. Is WWE going to do anything to stop him? Probably. Because when his contract is up and he goes to New Japan and he's fighting Kenny Omega for the IWGP United States Championship, what is WWE going to do then? They're going to bitch and moan and cry and complain how Daniel Bryan turned his back on WWE. No, you turned your back on Daniel Bryan. You turned your back on Daniel Bryan. He was never a WWE corporate created entity. Roman Reigns is. You were upset because your direction was the one that WWE fans didn't want. You were upset that Daniel Bryan was the chosen one. Daniel Bryan was the chosen one. And now Daniel Bryan is no more. Roman Reigns is in a position that he doesn't belong in, he doesn't deserve to be in, and quite fitting, he's not cut out to be the man in WWE. You listen to Roman Reigns, he is absolutely the worst man that they could possibly have in that position. He is god-awful. And most of that comes from WWE Creative. WWE has made you believe that Roman Reigns is the next man to take over WWE. Oh, ticket sales are great because Roman Reigns is there. WWE subscriptions are great because Roman Reigns is there. WWE is making you believe that everything is great. Revenue is up because Roman Reigns is there. You take a look at attendance. You take a look at everything else that I just mentioned when Daniel Bryan was there, besides the revenue. Revenue has nothing to do with Roman Reigns at all. Okay? At all. Has nothing to do with anybody. WWE's revenue is going to be there because WWE is a machine. They know how to market themselves. They know how to run a business. Has nothing to do with Roman Reigns. But you look at what Daniel Bryan was doing for crowds. You look at what Daniel Bryan was doing for shows. And you compare that to what Roman Reigns is doing now. Daniel Bryan, in every sense of the word, would blow Roman Reigns out of the water. People aren't coming to see Roman Reigns. They're not. They're not. When I think of Monday Night Raw, who do you think of? Braun Strowman. In fact, John Cena's there. I think of John Cena now. I don't think of Roman Reigns. Finn Balor, right? Those are the guys I want to see. I don't want to see Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is there just because he's there. Roman Reigns doesn't have, oh man, I got to pick up the remote control and tune into Monday Night Raw because I want to see Roman Reigns. No. No. But you did pick up the controller because you wanted to see what Daniel Bryan was going to do next. You wanted to see how the crowd was going to react to Daniel Bryan. You were invested in Daniel Bryan. You picked up the remote control to watch Daniel Bryan because Daniel Bryan's a great fucking professional wrestler. Roman Reigns has nothing on Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan is everything that WWE wishes Roman Reigns was. A top guy. So now they're forcing him down our throats in every possible scenario. Add John Cena to the list of guys. Daniel Bryan's on that list. The CEO himself is on that list. The COO is on that list himself. Everyone is on that list. You might even see God on that list. Jesus himself, Jesus Christ himself is probably on that list of individuals that WWE has tried to use to get Roman Reigns over. Jesus Christ himself couldn't get Roman Reigns over. Roman Reigns is not over. Roman Reigns has go-away heat written all over him. If the fans wanted to see Roman Reigns, then Monday Night Raw arenas wouldn't be 40% filled to capacity. So who do they want to see? Do they want to see Roman Reigns? No, they don't want to see Roman Reigns. They want to see someone else in WWE's top spot. Because Roman Reigns, they're getting the job done. When somebody else is there and somebody else is that guy that WWE fans are going to pick up the remote control to tune into Monday Night Raw, ratings are going to go up, ticket sales are going to go up, attendance is going to go up, seats are going to be filled. It's not Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns ain't doing none of that. In fact, Roman Reigns is having those numbers decrease, and decrease. Roman Reigns is not the guy. John Cena, and a win over John Cena on Sunday, because you know it's coming, it's not going to enhance Roman Reigns any more than where he is right now. In fact, this entire feud has done negative effects against Roman Reigns. It's exposed him for not being the man. His promo ability is absolutely god-awful. And WWE, because he's destroyed He has been destroyed. John Cena has destroyed Roman Reigns in every sense of the word. WWE is trying to make him feel cool. WWE is trying to creatively write for him in a way that is tough by dropping curse words, and John Cena sucks, and John Cena's a coward and a bitch, and he's dropping the word shit on Monday Night Raw, bleeping himself out. That's not what I want to see coming from Roman Reigns. When Roman Reigns speaks that way, I don't believe him. I don't believe him. Why don't I believe Roman Reigns when he talks like that? Because he's not on the level of being legit like everybody else. Roman Reigns is a child compared to a John Cena verbally. Roman Reigns is a child compared to a Braun Strowman verbally. Roman Reigns is a child compared to Brock Lesnar verbally. I'd even go as far as to say, Kevin Owens verbally can destroy Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is not a good promo. And if you can't cut a good promo, then you're not going to be the WWE #1 man. You're not going to be the company man. You're not going to sit upon that throne that John Cena has kept so warm over the last 11 years. Roman Reigns is not ready for that. Just based on that fact alone, he's not ready. Now, Roman Reigns' in-ring skill, yeah, it's passable. He's not the greatest of all time, but I don't have a problem with what he does in the ring. He's no ring general. He's no ring general at all. That's why I think this match is going to suck. Because John Cena, you look at John Cena's matches over the past couple of years, look at the caliber of talent that John Cena has been in the ring with. That's the reason why John Cena has had good matches. Sami Zayn, Neville, Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, back and forth between Styles and Ambrose. Styles was there. Guys like that. Look at the match he had with Braun Strowman. Awful. It was awful. John Cena is not going to lead Roman Reigns to a good match. Roman Reigns is not going to lead John Cena to a good match. Both men are going to cancel each other out, and I feel like this match is going to be a shit show. It's going to be nothing but Superman punches and AAs and fucking spears and, STFs. They're going to trade finishing moves about 4 or 5 different times. Roman Reigns is going to kick out of 3 AAs. John Cena is going to kick out of a Superman punch. He's going to kick out of a spear until that last spear is devastating enough to put John Cena away. It's going to be one of those matches. This match is going to be a recreation of what we've seen in the second Dream match that they said was once in a lifetime between John Cena and The Rock. This is going to be exactly that at No Mercy. Guarantee you. Guarantee you. But what this feud has done has made Roman Reigns look like a child. He's not on the level of a John Cena. He's not on the level of a John Cena verbally, and he will never be the man to take John Cena's spot in WWE. In fact, John Cena's successor is not even in the WWE right now, at all. I don't think anybody on that roster right now. Daniel Bryan was the man. I'd even go as far as to say CM Punk was the man. But WWE did him dirty as well, because he wasn't a WWE guy. He wasn't a corporate guy. That's why Daniel Bryan and CM Punk have, a lot in common. Without CM Punk, we wouldn't have gotten the Yes Movement. We wouldn't have gotten Daniel Bryan. CM Punk is, very valuable to the WWE, even now. He's the only man that is going to move the needle as far as ratings go. If CM Punk comes back to the WWE, I'd be confident to say that CM Punk could take over John Cena's spot as the #1 man if they want. But we're not going to get that because Roman Reigns is there. Roman Reigns is like a fucking blocked artery. He's just blocking everybody's progress from being the top guy because he's WWE's handpicked choice. He's in the same vein as a Hogan and a Cena and a Warrior. He's that type of guy, But what happened to Hogan? All those years of being so beloved, he got boring. People turned against him. People turned against Roman Reigns very, very fast because they know what WWE's agenda is, and we don't like it. We don't like the way it tastes. Yeah, we're going to watch every week, but that doesn't mean we can't voice our opinions. Roman Reigns is not the man. This feud is not going to push Roman Reigns to that next level of being the man. It's not going to convince anybody that Roman Reigns is going to be the man because he's got to win over John Cena. He's not. Kevin Owens got to win over John Cena. AJ Styles got to win over John Cena. Everybody's got to win over John Cena nowadays. Well, because Roman Reigns is going to get a win over John Cena, it's going to make him the man? No, it's not. It's not. In fact, this is going to do nothing but expose Roman Reigns even more, if not already. Roman Reigns is going to win, and it's not going to do anything to enhance Roman Reigns whatsoever. In fact, we're going to detest Roman Reigns even more so as we get closer to WrestleMania because we know what WWE's real agenda is, and that's putting Roman Reigns on top when he certainly doesn't deserve to be there. And that's the God-honest truth. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins versus Cesaro and Sheamus for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship. Tag team division on Monday Night Raw is god-awful. You got Ambrose and Rollins, who I'm going to call the Shield, because that's what they are. Cesaro and Sheamus. You got The Bar. You got the Hardys. I don't even know if they're a tag team now or if WWE is splitting them up. I don't know. You got Gallows and Anderson. You got The Club. You got 3 teams. The Revival ain't there. The Revival have been just met with the injury bug. Probably the best tag team in the entire world, The Revival, when healthy. And when booked on NXT, that really showcased why they're the best tag team in the world. But on WWE's main roster, another couple of guys that have been swallowed by the machine. This tag team division sucks. I've said it since last year when we talked about the draft. The tag team should have been on one show, and the women should have been on another. Because these divisions, and from the matches that you see here, it really exposes both divisions. You got 3 teams in a division. That doesn't make a division. That doesn't make a division whatsoever. The Women's Championship, the fact that you got Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Nia Jax, and Emma all in one match is ridiculous. That's your entire division. You're going to call that a division with 5 women? No, you can't. The women should have been on one show, and the tag team should have been on another. When I look at a division and I see the word division, I think of 7, 8, 9 teams. 7, 8, 9, 10 women. That's a division. You need to have women on the undercard fighting their way to the top. You can't have women on this brand, 5 of them, in the championship title picture every single week. There's no reason for it, and we'll discuss that in a little bit. It's going to be more than just Asuka to take care of this women's division. You need to add about 3 or 4 different other names besides Asuka to make this a division. But WWE won't do that because they're always in the right. They know what they're doing. This tag team division following this match is absolutely directionless. I have no idea where WWE goes with this. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins just won the title. Why would, or the titles, why would you take the titles off of them? This makes no sense. This storyline, I feel WWE had nothing else to do because there are no other tag teams in the division. Now, granted, Sheamus and Cesaro deserve their rematch, or they got to get their rematch, fine. But there's no sense in taking the titles off Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. This storyline has gone nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. The dialogue has been formulaic and stale. Why are Cesaro and Sheamus the best tag team? Because they're the ones who, took out the Hardys. They showed you how nostalgic they've been, right? They're nothing but a nostalgic act. Ambrose and Rollins, they're saying, are a nostalgic act because people want to see them together. Fine, whatever. You're the Bar. You're the best tag team in the WWE. Fine. But what is the basis of this feud to continue? There is none. There is none. The storyline here between all 4 guys is between Ambrose and Rollins. Sheamus and Cesaro are there simply because they need guys to fight. Ambrose and Rollins need 2 guys to fight. So they're there. They have a supporting role in this entire thing. The storyline here is Ambrose and Rollins. If there's no continuation in the Ambrose and Rollins storyline, I don't care. And there's a reason why I've lost interest in this storyline. Because it's gone nowhere. It peaked before they won the title, and then boom, right back down to me not caring anymore. You got to get me back up to where we were before SummerSlam. I don't know how WWE's going to go about it. This is where WWE struggles. They don't have the writing talent to get us through weeks and weeks and weeks of storyline. I already feel like this is a waste of time. I feel like this storyline is dead. What are you going to do to get my interest in these guys again? Yeah, they're together now. Fine. What happens after that? Who's their next opponents? You're going to give me Ambrose and Rollins versus The Club? The Club is garbage on WWE television. This is a decorated tag team that came over from Japan, who is heralded as one of the best tag teams in the world. They come over on Monday Night Raw. They're a joke. They're a comedy act. Who are Ambrose and Rollins going to defend the titles against? And being that The Club are heels, I don't even know what they are anymore. They come out and start using nerd catchphrases. That's a babyface tactic right there. If you're a heel, your job is to make the crowd hate you, not chant along with a catchphrase. So, I'm going to go based on the fact that they're heels. If Sheamus and Cesaro win the titles back, who are they going to defend the titles against? Nobody. We already seen them defend against the Hardys. Nobody wants to see that again. Maybe we could see Ambrose and Rollins versus the Hardys? I don't know. Again, I got my shoulders, just like you guys do. I don't know. I got my hands in the air. I don't know what's going on with the tag team division at all. All I know is the story here revolves around Ambrose and Rollins. That's the storyline you need to concentrate on. That's the story you need to start telling moving forward after No Mercy. This match, to me, is one-sided. There's no reason at all why Ambrose and Rollins are going to lose the tag team championships. They're going to retain the tag team titles at No Mercy. Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt. Why this match is happening again, I don't know. Because when the Demon comes out to play, like he did at SummerSlam, and wins, that means it's the end of a feud. Because when the Demon comes out, he puts the kibosh on everything. Now, WWE, just like everybody else on Monday Night Raw, have no direction with anybody. Finn Balor has no direction. WWE gave us a SummerSlam match early, 1 week before SummerSlam. Bray Wyatt beat Finn Balor. Okay? So now, Finn Balor comes back at SummerSlam and puts on the Demon paint. And WWE has the Demon beat Bray Wyatt. Fine. 50-50 booking rears its ugly head again. Typical WWE booking. So now Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt are going at it again in a singles match. This time the story is a little bit more, I would say, interesting. Just a little bit. Bray Wyatt's been feuding with Goldust for the last 2 weeks. Goldust came out dressed as Goldust. He got destroyed by Bray Wyatt. Sister Abigail to Goldust. Bray Wyatt took a towel and wiped the face off of Goldust. He wiped the face paint off of Goldust. He revealed Dustin Rhodes under the Goldust moniker, right? Under the Goldust face paint. So Bray Wyatt's going on and on and on about Finn Balor wearing face paint and dressing up as the Demon. Look, Finn, you're just like Goldust, a man underneath all that face paint. Enough of the theatrics, enough of the Demon, enough of these so-called superpowers and channeling your inner demons. Fight me like a man instead of coming out and summoning your demon. So, I like where they are with the storyline now. I just don't get why Bray Wyatt's got to be buried along the way. Bray Wyatt beat Finn Balor the first time. The Demon came out and beat Bray Wyatt at SummerSlam. Fine. Should have ended it right there. But now Bray Wyatt's going into No Mercy. The underdog. He's not going to beat Finn Balor. Bray Wyatt's not going to beat Finn Balor at No Mercy. There's no point in him beating Finn Balor. I don't get the storyline. It should have ended at SummerSlam. If anything, this storyline has set up Bray Wyatt to take another loss on pay-per-view. And that's all it is. I get what they're trying to do. I just don't see the context in which they're trying to do it. Because you got to look at Bray Wyatt here. Bray Wyatt was a WWE champion. He was at the peak of his career on SmackDown Live. Then all of a sudden he comes over to Monday Night Raw and goes right back to the same Bray Wyatt that we've seen for 4 years now. Directionless. Without a clue. Creative team doesn't have a clue about how to book Bray Wyatt. And Finn Balor's in that category as well. They don't know what they're doing. Reportedly, Triple H is very upset about Finn Balor being held back on Monday Night Raw. Why is Finn Balor being held back on Monday Night Raw? It's because the Universal Championship is in the grasp of Brock Lesnar. It's because the Intercontinental Championship has been booked like shit. You need to start making progress with your championship titles to give these guys something to fight for. If this match was for the Intercontinental Championship, then yeah, I'd give a shit about this match. But the fact that this is being booked to make Bray Wyatt look bad in the end, I don't really want to see that. I'm not on board with that. Bray Wyatt is going to take an L. There's no reason to believe why Finn Balor is not going to win this match. Coup de grace to Bray Wyatt. 1, 2, 3. Neville versus Enzo Amore. Enzo annoying. Get off my TV. Barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. New shirt to be up next week. I expect everybody listening to me to buy one of those things. Beautiful looking t-shirt. Connor's a beast. Neville versus Enzo Amore. Enzo is god-awful in the ring. WWE has done nothing to make me believe that Enzo is going to beat Neville. If he beats Neville, it's a disgrace to not only what WWE's done with Neville, but it's a disgrace to the Cruiserweight Championship. Enzo is slowly but surely losing fan trust. Enzo is slowly but surely losing fan reception. He's not the same Enzo Amore that we've seen with Big Cass. He's not the same Enzo Amore we've seen in NXT. He's not the same Enzo Amore that we wanted to see win the tag team championships at all. This is a different Enzo Amore. This is an Enzo Amore that's being treated like dog shit on the WWE roster for whatever reason. All the stories coming out about Enzo not really being liked by the WWE locker room, how they wanted him off of Monday Night Raw, how they wanted to put him on 205 Live. You know? There is some truth to those storylines. There's a reason why Enzo is where he is right now, and there's a reason why Enzo is being treated the way he's been treated. Because people want to embarrass him. He himself is an embarrassment. There's nothing about Enzo that makes you want to watch 205 Live. You think 205 Live having Enzo Amore is going to make me want to watch the show? Of course not. He's a joke. He's not a superstar. He doesn't command your attention anymore. He's old news. The caliber of superstar that Neville is has carried 205 Live since its inception. Neville has resurrected a dead career being put on 205 Live, and that in itself is a success. You're going to take that away from him? He should have never lost that title to Akira Tozawa. Now you're looking at Enzo Amore across the ring, and you're going to have Enzo beat Neville for the Cruiserweight Championship. I don't think so. Not in a standard one-on-one match. You got to be out of your mind to even book Neville to lose this match and lose the championship. Even by cheap tactics that we know Enzo, I'm sure, will take in this match. What I do here is very simple. Neville is not going to lose a wrestling match to Enzo Amore. At all. If WWE is even entertaining the idea of Enzo winning the Cruiserweight Championship, it has to be done under a no disqualification setting. So what I do, Monday Night Raw's next pay-per-view is TLC. I would book Neville to beat Enzo Amore at No Mercy, which I do think he will. Neville is going to retain the Cruiserweight Championship. I would book Neville and Enzo Amore in a ladder match. Okay? So Neville is going to embarrass Enzo at No Mercy. Enzo's going to try and beat him at a wrestling match, and it's not. And it's not going to happen. Enzo, again, is going to try for the Cruiserweight Championship, but I think the only way Neville can lose to Enzo Amore is if there's some type of stipulation involved, and a ladder match fits perfectly into that scenario. And being that it's TLC next month for WWE Raw, I think that sets the perfect stage if they want to entertain the idea of Enzo being the Cruiserweight Champion. But putting the Cruiserweight Champion on Enzo Amore would be embarrassing to the entire brand when you got guys like Jack Gallagher and Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann and TJP and Brian Kendrick and Neville on the same show. Tony Nese, you know? You're not going to make Enzo Amore the Cruiserweight Champion. Give me a break. The guy's a joke and should be continued to be treated like a joke. He hasn't done anything to prove to me or anybody that he's deserving of a championship. Get this guy off television, and there's a reason why he's on the shirt. Because he sucks. Ever since WWE broke up him and Big Cass, his stock has went down. Big Cass is the superstar of that team, yes. But breaking them away was the biggest mistake WWE has ever done, because it's ultimately made the tag team division much worse. It's made Cruiserweight, the Cruiserweight show 205 Live much worse. Hasn't done anything to resurrect that show whatsoever. The entire Cruiserweight division is a disaster. And it's not anybody's fault. It's not any of those guys' fault. It's WWE's fault. So WWE, if you're entertaining the idea of Enzo winning the title, not at No Mercy. At least give them a ladder match and tease the fact that Enzo could possibly take the title. Other than that, no. Neville's not losing the title to Enzo Amore. Enzo retains at No Mercy. Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Nia Jax, and Emma. Another glaring problem in WWE's vast hole of problems. The women's division. We highlighted the tag team division. There's no reason why all 5 women that make up this entire division need to be fighting for a championship every single week. There's no reason why Bayley needs to come back from injury after a month and a half and be placed in a women's championship match. And don't give me the reason of, oh, JD, she was supposed to get the match at SummerSlam. No, she wasn't. WWE foolishly booked storylines against Sasha Banks for whatever reason. Sasha should have automatically been given the rematch coming out of Great Balls of Fire, because Alexa Bliss took the title and automatically got counted out at Great Balls of Fire. That was a coward's way out. And as WWE storyline should have gone, Kurt Angle should have came out and granted Sasha Banks a rematch in a Falls Count Anywhere match or a no DQ match at SummerSlam for her winning the championship. That's what should have happened. Instead, WWE booked Bayley to beat Sasha Banks, and all of a sudden come out of nowhere after she's been treated like garbage coming out of Extreme Rules. I'm supposed to believe Bayley is going to go on to win the title and beat Alexa Bliss. What did Bayley deserve? Or what did Bayley do to deserve a women's championship match coming out of Great Balls of Fire? Nothing. Nothing. The Extreme Rules disaster was so damaging to Bayley that I didn't want to see her on television anymore. But then you're going to put her in a women's championship match for no reason? With no logic behind it? The injury to Bayley was the best thing that could have ever happened, because it exposed WWE for how stupid they really are. I'm not saying I wanted to see Bayley get injured. I never want to see anybody get injured. But the injury was karma for WWE Creative. They wanted to go against Sasha Banks, but the injury gods struck Bayley down, and the injury gods revealed to WWE that they made a mistake. Sasha Banks should have been the one originally to get the match against Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam, not Bayley. So Bayley, right, comes back. She should be at the end of the line. She should be at the end of the line in the women's division to get a championship match. You're going to throw her in a women's division match or a championship match at No Mercy for no reason? Why? Because she was injured? Because we have to find sympathy now for Bayley? No. Bayley received no reaction on Monday Night Raw. None. In fact, she received boos. She Bayley to bellied, or belly to Bayley, whatever the fuck they're calling it, Alexa Bliss, and she got booed on Monday Night Raw. Nobody cares about Bayley. Bayley is in a very difficult spot. Nobody cares about Bayley anymore because WWE Creative messed Bayley up. And it's going to be a very difficult road for Bayley to come back and recover from this. But putting her in a championship match is not going to be the answer at all. Asuka is on her way. So that makes 6 women in the Raw Women's division. Is that going to fix the problems that are in that division? No. No. You need a division of 9 or 10 women to really call it a division. Asuka is not going to do anything on Monday Night Raw. Asuka is not going to be a difference maker on Monday Night Raw at all. If Sasha, Alexa, Nia, Bayley, Charlotte, Becky, if they weren't a difference maker on Monday Night Raw, Asuka is not going to be a difference maker on Monday Night Raw. This match, to me, by adding Bayley to it, has lost all my interest. I don't care. Now, what I originally talked about is Nia Jax winning this match. Emma was put in this match simply to be the woman to take the pinfall. That's what I'm going with. I don't see WWE beating Alexa Bliss. I don't see WWE beating Sasha Banks again, because she automatically lost the title to Alexa Bliss. I don't see them beating Sasha Banks again. You got to at least keep Sasha looking somewhat decent coming out of this match. I don't see that happening. I don't see anybody pinning Nia. I don't see Bayley being pinned, coming back, and being automatically placed in this match. Emma is going to be the one to take the pin in this match. So, whoever wins the title, whether it's Alexa retaining, whether it's Nia winning, which I'm going with Nia to win the WWE Raw Women's Championship. I think Emma is gonna take the pin, and I think when Asuka debuts, whenever she's healed, she's going to be staring down Nia Jax, and WWE is going to book the formulaic and stale storyline of Asuka overcoming the much larger woman in Nia Jax to be the new queen, or empress, I should say, of the Raw Women's division. And at that point, then the downfall of Asuka can begin. Asuka is going to beat Nia Jax to be the new Raw Women's Championship, or new Raw Women's Champion when the time comes. I'm going with Nia Jax to win the Raw Women's Championship here, but WWE doesn't have a clue as to book, or as to how to book these women whatsoever. It is just a disgrace. It's a disaster. And the tag team division is the same way. I think a shakeup is needed, and WWE needs to focus on the tag team and the women's division if they go about doing a shakeup once again. I'm going with Nia. She's going to pin Emma, and she's going to be the new Raw Women's Champion. Finally, The Miz versus Jason Jordan. Another championship match. Another match that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why WWE didn't go with Jeff Hardy to win the Fatal 5-Way or the 6-Pack Challenge or whatever the hell they had on Monday Night Raw. I don't understand it. You know? That should have been Jeff Hardy's coming out party to win the Intercontinental Championship and put the Intercontinental Championship on a babyface if WWE's plans are for Brock Lesnar to retain the Universal Championship. WWE didn't do that. So if you're going to take Brock Lesnar off television and the Universal Championship is going to be off Monday Night Raw, right? You're going to have a feud with Jason Jordan and The Miz, highlighting Monday Night Raw for the Intercontinental Championship, your second biggest championship on Monday Night Raw, the only other championship that's going to give people a reason to fight over anything on Monday Night Raw. That's going to be your answer. Jason Jordan's your answer, right? How is Jason Jordan the answer to anything? The guy sucks. The guy is not really anything right now on WWE television. The fans don't want him. The fans aren't going to accept him. The fans are just turned off by the storyline in general. I'm not saying anything about the guy's wrestling skill. The guy could be one of the best in the company. He could be up there with some of the best in the company, period. But as far as his charisma and him being a champion on WWE television, no. No, it's not the right decision. The IC title needs to be the #1 title on this show if Brock Lesnar is going to retain the Universal Championship. This is not your answer. If you wanted to make steps towards that statement, it should have been Finn Balor. It should have been Jeff Hardy. A babyface needs the Intercontinental Championship. I've been saying that for weeks, and a lot of people agree with me. Jason Jordan, at this point, is never going to get over. He is not over. In fact, WWE needs to do something, and fast, about Jason Jordan. WWE needs to embrace Jason Jordan's dark side. That's what needs to happen with Jason Jordan. Because the guy is never going to get over. Right now, the guy is floundering. He's failing on WWE television. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to see him. Nobody believes in him. A win over The Miz is not going to make people believe in Jason Jordan. Then you got the IC title on Jason Jordan. Fine. Another product of WWE shoving someone down our throats just to prove to everybody else that their storylines aren't a failure. Or if The Miz wins this match and retains the title's on The Miz and it goes nowhere. So it's a lose-lose situation here. If The Miz retains, the title goes nowhere. If Jason Jordan wins, the title goes nowhere and is on somebody that WWE fans don't care about, and WWE is pushing this guy down our throats. Another product of WWE's shitty storytelling. It's not going to go anywhere. This match is completely useless. Any outcome of this match is completely useless because WWE didn't set themselves up for life after Brock Lesnar, after No Mercy. And I don't feel sorry for them. They made their bed, they got to lay in it. If the IC title isn't on a Jeff Hardy or Finn Balor to main event that show against talents like Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, John Cena, anybody, Cesaro, then I don't care. You're not going to main event Monday Night Raw with Brock Lesnar being off television for 4 months with Jason Jordan. You're not going to main event Monday Night Raw with Brock Lesnar being off television for 4 months with The Miz. It's not going to happen. It's not what I'm looking at to watch Monday Night Raw. I'm not going to pick up my controller to watch a main event of Jason Jordan defend the IC title. What are you, out of your fucking mind? Get with the program. Now, an IC title feud between Finn Balor and Jeff Hardy, yeah, that's what I tune in for. A main event match of Jeff Hardy defending the IC title against Roman Reigns, yeah, that's what I pick up the remote control for. You know, Jeff Hardy versus Seth Rollins, that's what I pick up the remote for. Jeff Hardy versus anybody. Jeff Hardy versus Braun Strowman, Jeff Hardy versus John Cena, Finn Balor versus John Cena, Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns, Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins, Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt, Elias Sampson versus Jeff Hardy. WWE has done the worst possible thing that they could do by giving Jason Jordan this match. Because in the end, any outcome is going to be the wrong outcome. Right now, the only thing I could see being even remotely positive is The Miz winning. Because at that point, then The Miz can drop it to Jeff Hardy, and Jeff Hardy can win the Intercontinental Championship. Because I have my eyes geared towards the Intercontinental Championship being on television and being the most important thing on WWE television. If Jeff Hardy is the Intercontinental Champion and defending the Intercontinental Championship on Monday Night Raw, going towards TLC, then the likes of a Elias Sampson could be catapulted. The likes of a Bray Wyatt can then step up and challenge a Jeff Hardy or a Finn Balor. You know? The Finn Balor-Jeff Hardy feud. I mean, you wouldn't pick up a remote control to watch that match on Monday Night Raw? You wouldn't want to see those two guys in a TLC match for the Intercontinental Championship? You mean to tell me that that match wouldn't enhance the Intercontinental Championship? Just a little bit? Give me a break. This IC title match is a fucking joke. The Miz needs to win, and they need to drop it to a babyface. Someone who's not Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan's a failure. Develop an attitude and develop some charisma first. Wrestling skill is only going to get you so far. When Jason Jordan comes out to his theme music, people want to run to the concession stands. When people hear Jason Jordan, they don't care. You're going to put your second biggest title, a title that's going to be featured as the #1 title, in the absence of Brock Lesnar, on a guy nobody cares about? Give me a break. Miz is going to win. Miz is going to retain. Take the title off the Miz, put it on a babyface, and put that title in the main event of Monday Night Raw when Brock Lesnar is not there. That's what I do. And that's the right decision. And nobody's going to tell me otherwise. That is your No Mercy preview and predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much. I had a lot to say in this video. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit that thumbs up if you did. I'll see you guys on part 2. I got news and rumors on Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal and WWE coming under fire for their promo on SmackDown Live against Shinsuke Nakamura. Creative plans for Triple H's WWE return. Could we see a Kevin Owens versus Triple H match heading into WrestleMania 34? Vince McMahon's bleeding on SmackDown Live was kept a secret from everyone in WWE, including Kevin Owens. New report by Dave Meltzer. WWE. Why is WWE bringing back Starrcade? Why? I got the answers for you on tomorrow's show. WWE and Bayley. Is it already too late for Bayley? Yes, it was too late. And nothing that WWE is going to do right now is going to make me believe in Bayley. Ronda Rousey's first singles opponent at WrestleMania. Who's it going to be? I'm sure you guys know who it's going to be and who WWE is talking about. And Ric Flair, speaking of Charlotte, gives his first interview since being hospitalized by People magazine. All this plus so much more right here on Off the Script. Thank you guys so much for everything. Make it a great Friday, and we'll see you guys right back here on Saturday afternoon for more Off the Script. I'm JD. Hit that thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter at JDFromNY206. And please support on Patreon. Patreon.com/JDFromNY206. ThatWrestlingClub.com if you guys enjoyed what you've seen today. And I'll see you guys right back here on Saturday's episode of Off the Script for part number 2. I'll talk to you later.